Dear 2017, what a year it's been. Let's start from the beginning. Unsurprisingly, this year began with an adventure with friends. The very first week of the new year, I road tripped to Salvation Mountain and camped in the desert. After my winter holiday break, I returned to Point Loma to begin my third semester at college, now as a junior. Prior years consisted of moving and starting a new life again and again, but 2017 actually started with a sense of stability I hadn't felt in a long time. From January through May, I lived in my first ever place off campus with 5 amazing friends. I spent the semester sharing amazing memories with them and other friends in my San Diego crew. I traveled to Oregon, Washington, and Canada for spring break. I took weekend trips to Mexico, Santa Barbara, and Orange County. I worked hard on my schoolwork, of course, and enjoyed activities on and off campus with my friends. As the semester came to a close and summertime came around, I left to New York City for a month. So I am here for an internship, but I'm here for a month, and I'm basically working with this UN-affiliated peacemaking group as a media consultant/intern. I quickly fell in love with the energy and the opportunity that the city held and was more inspired and motivated over the course of 4 weeks than I felt like I'd been in months. I returned to San Diego and had one of the best summers of my life. It was full of lazy beach days, running around barefoot with salty hair and sun-kissed skin. It also consisted of trips to camp in the mountains and surf up and down the coast. I traveled to Havana, Cuba with my family and had my eyes open to a culture and a country frozen in time.
Moving your senior year of college is very different than moving your freshman year of college. Because instead of living in a dorm, we get a cute beach bungalow.
I moved out of that first townhouse into a beach bungalow and
I love your new place, it's so beautiful. My parentals, they drove all the way to help me pack and move.
it quickly became my favorite place I've ever lived in. I mean, when you live with 5 of your best friends just blocks from the beach, how can it not be? This home has been one filled with warmth, love, laughter, positivity, and with an unspoken open-door policy to our friends. Some of my favorite moments are honestly just the simplest. Sharing a cup of coffee in the morning, catching up in the living room after a long day, sharing funny stories over dinner. I fell in love with this little beach town for all of its quirks. It's grungy and groovy, and for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm living in a small-town community where I can jump in the ocean after class, where I know the local baristas and farmers market vendors, and I run into friends almost anywhere I go. I'm always mindful to treasure our home, our town, and the fact that we get to share it together during this unique time in our lives. So, school started once again in August. I was excited to start as a senior in my final year. I honestly ended up traveling on trips more weekends than I was even around. When I was there, it was a semester of skating to the beach for my morning cup of coffee, a semester of dancing the night away with friends, a semester of digging into lasting relationships, and also struggling with self-identity and figuring out my future.
I'm here in Los Angeles with Glossier, which is blowing my mind.
I was invited on a trip with Glossier and got to spend a weekend in Los Angeles with other social media influencers and some of the girls from Glossier. I realized I could turn a hobby into a job with the right amount of hard work and determination.
I honestly don't know if I felt cooler than I do in this moment with my name and Glossier underneath at the Instagram headquarters.
I spent several days in the desert for my first ever festival. I road tripped to San Francisco. And I finally turned 21.
Coming at you live from my 21st birthday party. Happy birthday!
I honestly was overwhelmed by the amount of love I was surrounded by that weekend. I got to travel to London along with my mom for an incredible work opportunity. And I ended the year celebrating the season with my family and friends. It was truly a year full of travel, adventure, and building deeper connections with those around me. It was also full of music, standing up for what I'm passionate about, and uncovering new desires and interests. It was a year of exploring and learning how beautiful our Earth is and how much we need to protect it. I became exceedingly grateful for my family and all the support they've shown me.
Me and my mom. Say hi, Mom. Hi. She's so cute.
I worked hard to finish at Point Loma with magna cum laude honors, but also learned to understand that my value exceeds degrees and internships, but instead should be based on how well I love those around me and how hard I work to pursue my dreams. It's become so clear to me this year that we are truly shaped by the people around us, and I couldn't be more thankful for how I'm influenced by these beautiful souls that surround me. I'm thankful for the ups and the downs. I definitely struggled with my identity as a 20-something, unsure of who I was and where I fit in this world. And I know this is a question I'll always be seeking an answer to, but I believe that's kind of where the beauty of the mystery of life stems from. One of the most crucial things I've come to know this past year was the realization that life comes in chapters. We grow and learn from the different plot elements and characters intertwined in each chapter. The lessons learned in one help us evolve into the person we're meant to be in the next. I know this chapter in my life is going to close in the blink of an eye. That is, being a college student, living with all my best friends, going to the beach every day.
Dude, we live in paradise! What?
Being a student is all I've ever known, so it's daunting but exhilarating to realize that I honestly have no idea what my next chapter will look like. As I peer into what my future might hold, this next year is filled with immense uncertainty, a bit of fear, but overall excitement for where I will go and how I'll grow. I can say with certainty that I honestly have no clue where in the world I'm going to be this time next year, like seriously the whole world. I haven't even decided which continent I want to live on next. So 2017, thank you for all the joy and adventure, for the chance to grow and to explore, and the opportunity to slowly uncover more of who I am and where I'm headed.